What's up, guys? 50 Mile Power Man here. I got a battle with Rose from Abba's Asylum. I lead off with a Soul Rock, and he leads off with a Sand Slash. I set up the Stealth Rocks because Stealth Rocks are good in any tier, and he also sets up Stealth Rocks. So this turn I just go for the Earthquake. I'm going to try to break any sash that he has. So it doesn't do very much damage. He goes for the Stone Edge to break any sash I might have, which I do carry sash on this thing because I can. So I see he has leftovers, but I just go for the Explosion. And due to Explosion's 250 base power, plus I have 250 to attack on this thing. It's going to annihilate the Sand Slash. So score is now 5-5. So now he goes into something that I did not expect to see. He goes into a Minum, and I looked up Smogan sets for this thing, and I realized it's a Baton Passer. So I predicted the Nasty Plot, and I went ahead and set up the Substitute. So I set up the Substitute, and he gets Leftovers Recovery, I get Leftovers Recovery, and then I predicted the Baton Pass, so I went for the Focus Punch, but either way I was going to go for the Focus Punch, whether he stayed in or he switched, so it really didn't matter. So he Thunderbolts me, and that's going to break my sub, and I'm going to get off the Focus Punch. And I thought this would one-hit KO, but it doesn't. Does very good damage though. It gets it down into red health. So gets down to red health. He gets his leftovers. I get my leftovers, and then I believe a T-Bolt would have killed me, or I would have set up another sub, but I just went ahead and went for the Sucker Punch to guarantee a KO on the Minum. So I get my leftovers recovery, and he goes out into what I believe is a Scarfed Pincer. So he takes Stealth Rock damage, and since I think this thing's Scarfed, I think he's going to go for an attack. So I go ahead and Sucker Punch him. So after the Stealth Rocks, the Sucker Punch takes him down to about half, and he goes for the Close Combat. And due to Pincer's high attack and the fact that Close Combat is super effective on my Kangaskhan, it's going to take out my Kangaskhan. So score's now 4-4, I think. I don't know. I'm not keeping up with it. But so my Kangaskhan goes down, and now I'm going to go into my Scarfed Espeon. I considered tricking here, but I decided against it and decided to just go for the Psychic, and that turned out to be the better play, as I get to Psychic his incoming Rapidash, and this Psychic does a lot of damage. It takes the Rapidash all the way down into red health. So I just go for another Psychic and finish off the Rapidash. Now he resends in his Scarfed Pincer, not knowing that my Espeon is Scarfed. So the Pincer takes Stealth Rock damage, and I think he was going to go for a Close Combat, but I just finish him off with the Psychic. So now he goes into his special wall, which is his God of War, which is Gardevoir, which is an epic nickname. And so I switch out because I know Psychic's not going to do anything to it, and I go to my special wall, Mantine. I take Stealth Rock damage, and I feared that this thing would carry Thunderbolt, but it actually has Light Screen. So and I realized he doesn't have leftovers on it, so it has light clay. He goes for the Psychic, and I figure I take that pretty well, and I saw the amount of damage it did, and I thought, wow, Mantine's the crappiest special wall ever. But he actually got a crit, but I went ahead and set up my Aqua Ring. And that crit was actually good, but not good at the same time. Helped me out a little bit toward the end. But now, since I got up my Aqua Ring, I'm just going to go for the Surf, because I know I can live 2 Psychics. But he gets the special defense drop, so I just go for the Surf. And I think that I can live another one. So I stay in, and this was a big play, and I had to really think this one through. He Psychics me, and I believe I live with 14 HP. Yep, 14 HP. And I Toxic it. I would have died to one more Psychic hit anyway, and Surf wasn't doing a lot of damage. So I got the Psychic, or the Toxic off on it, which means now I'll be getting residual damage, and the only thing that got Toxic was my already dead Mantine. So my Mantine is going to die to another Psychic. Or does it die to poison? Yeah, it's going to die to another Psychic. So my Mantine dies to Psychic, and his Gardevoir is going to get hurt by the poison. So now I go into back into my Espeon, and I was considering tricking it, but I decided to just go ahead and Signal Beam. So I get the Signal Beam off, and it really does not do much damage for being super effective because he has up the light screen. But he goes for the Destiny Bond, which really surprised me, and which kind of seemed like a waste. So I go ahead and go for another Signal Beam, and it takes him down, just about kills him, doesn't quite kill him, but I get the Confusion hacks. So I get the Confusion, and he ends up hurting himself in his Confusion, so the Gardevoir goes down. And I don't know if Destiny Bond would have killed me if I would have KO'd him with Signal Beam. So now he goes out into his Glaceon, which is his last. So I just stay in with Espeon, and I go for the Signal Beam, just to see how much damage it'll do. And it doesn't do any. So he Shadow Balls me, and that will KO me. And Glaceon has pretty high special defense, plus the light screen's still up. So I didn't do too much damage to it. So my Espeon faints. Now the light screen wears off. So now I go into my mixed attacker Luxray, which carries Life Orb. So I go for I get the Intimidate on the Glaceon, which is pointless because it's a physical attack or a special attacker. So I go for the Thunderbolt, and I didn't think it would do this much damage, but it took it all the way down to red health, low red health. So he gets the Ice Beam off, and I didn't think this would KO me, but unfortunately it does. So my Luxray goes down, but not after doing some pretty good damage to that Glaceon. So now I go out into my last guy, which is my Quagsire. So I got into Quagsire, and I was thinking about recovering here because I didn't know how much damage Shadow Ball would do. So he uses Shadow Ball as my health goes down, and I see that Shadow Ball does less than half. So the Earthquake didn't really affect it, so just go for the Earthquake, kill off his Glaceon, and that's game. So good game, Rose. It was a good battle. Guys, thanks for watching. Peace.